Hello my dear friends, here's Max again. Today with a review. Odepro sent me this nice box, the KL41 PLUS. You see, it's a big box. They say 4 LED modules are included, and that looks nice, doesn't it? Let's have a look inside. So, they sent you a very nice box, like a suitcase. I see no damages on that. Strong clips. And then you see a lot of things in there. And you might notice, here is the LED modules. They are still sealed, so I did not play with it. It's really the first look. Here is written green. They have included white. One module labeled IR 850. Not sure how I can check this. That once. There is a remote cable switch. There is 2 cells. And as they are delivered, protective box, it's 3000 milliamps. Let's have a look. Whoop. 416 and 403. So maybe they have been charged already somewhere. Then they sent a charger with a U plug in my case, because I got it from Amazon. There is 2 bags with O-rings, because with lots of modules you might wear them off a lot faster than usually. There is a clamp for bikes, or the gun maybe, made from plastic. Let's have a look here. Whoops. Yeah, there is no metal in there. That's plastic and plastic, but the threads is quite long, so I think if you do not over tighten totally, it will last at least as long sometimes. Then another mount, I think for rifles. Yeah, you can, with some kind of quick mount and dismount. I think this kind there for this pick artillery things you have on rifles. So I have to admit, I have not been hunting for years, so I'm not up to date. But this one is made from metal and looking quite nice and stable. Whoopsie. Get this back. There's also some protective rubber, some tape in there. Then it was this. We have a product warranty card. There is in German a user manual. There is an English user manual. And of course the flashlight itself. Odepro KL41. Just have a tail clicky. I do not see any scratches. A very deep reflector, because if you open it up here, you see the reflector is this long. So, since I'm doing that the first time, you see that's the light engine. Let's disassemble completely. You see there is loop, rectangular threads. Here on the head it's an rectangular, and this is a triangular regular thread. Single springs in there, clicky. So nothing special, but it looks well made. Do not see they are not rough. It's quite good quality. So let's have, that is the green, here is the white. Open it up. There's a layer of protective foam on both sides, and those light engines do look of course very similar. I have to unmount one of them afterwards. So you just change this part of the head, so you maybe had a mule, and then mount the part with the reflector. And now you have a white flashlight. What I see is the LED is not perfectly centered now. Not sure if I can somehow influence that by turning more or less. I will see, because there is a centering ring. And here it does match exactly. Where's the white module? It's here. Yeah, you see there's no centering on this one, on the white one. So let's have a look. The green one has this centering help. And infrared, whoops, infrared again has a flat ring. Whoops, sorry, infrared has this flat ring. And so, welcome back. From the measurement table you can see I tried to figure out some of the things I was wondering about, especially why there is sometimes a centering ring, sometimes not. I had the problem that on the infrared the isolation plate was loose, and so was this small centering ring, and when I tried to push it harder on, it fell completely off, which can be a big problem, because if you lose that isolation in the field and try to interchange, then you will make a massive shortcut with the reflector in there, and then the module goes poof. So I found that the centering of the LEDs itself is not very good. Maybe I try to fix it for mine. I found the green one has had a space under there, so I had to realign through 2 or 3 times. Now it sits a little bit better, because it was very high. And the question I had is, what happens to the centering of the LED in this direction? So if you are too deep or too shallow in the reflector with the LED, the beam might be affected. But we will see that afterwards if there's a problem. And yeah, I found out the red and the green, they have aluminum MC PCBs. The infrared has a copper one, and so does the white one. And the 3 colors, they are just single mode, and only the white one has modes. So what I can show you is, usually you guys like that, starting with the infrared, is the amp draw. Whoops, can it be seen? Yeah. Go to DC. The cell has 4.1 volts. Now go, you see there is 1.2 amps on infrared. Then on the green, whoopsie, green, you see is a lot of green light, 0.9 amps, and if I try, there's just one mode. Put that aside. The red one, red gives us 0.75, oopsie, come on, no, 0.74, also single mode. And last but not least, going for the white, you see 0 went off by 0.1, but 1.01, that's just 100ths. So now the white. You will see there is a mode memory, 0.12, have a very short disconnect to 0.8, disconnect shortly, 2.6, then there is strobe, then there is SOS, then there is low, medium, high, and if you're in the mode for a little bit, it will stay in that mode. You have to very shortly connect and disconnect to cycle the mode. But to go from high to low, you need to go through all the disco to have low again. That's not nice. I really do not like that. And if we're looking on this remote switch, that's just some heat shrinking tube. It's a Velcro, and there's 2 switches underneath. One is behind, one is there, but that's just a regular switch, so it just can have one function. And as I can show you, they are just momentary. So every time you switch, you cycle through the modes. If you switch and hold and wait a little bit and go off, the next time it will stay in that mode. So the mode memory works that way. But if you're on high and want to start in low, there is no way. You need to short, high, disco 1, disco 2, and then you can click and hold to be in low. Open it, click in medium, and very short. So that user interface is, I do really not like that. But that's just me. I know there are people out there, they are okay with that kind of user interface. So that's up to you. And therefore there are these video reviews from me and a lot of other nice guys to show you how these flashlights work and the pros and the cons and what I do not like, the one thing which is perfect for you. So yeah, I will try to align all these things, try to not shortcut anything, and when it's going dark, I will go outside for some beam shots. So see you there. Bye. So welcome back, my friends. Outside on a well-known spot. We start with the GT Mini. So I hope you can recognize everything. There's our little tree at 110 meters. The small road. Some bushes. There is a small road at 140 meters. There is a fence, and I think at that point that's about 30 meters. And up there, that bright spot, in 400 meters, there is a big building, some agriculture building with tractors and stuff inside from one of the farmers here. So that's the GT Mini. The next one I brought is from Sofirn C8F triple LED. Go to turbo, and then turbo it does ramp it up a little bit. Has a great beam. If I turn, you see, because it's a multi-LED, there is some you see the structures here, but doesn't matter at all. You can imagine the street up there at 140. We can see the tree, of course, at 110. Makes a nice light. So switch that off. Then I brought with me in another pocket Lumintop's new Zoom1. Which mine is a prototype. Again, it was sent by Neil. That's turbo in focus. It hardly reaches the tree up there. Defocused by far not. You can see there is the fence, and the fence is gone. And I hope all you guys understand why zoom flashlights are very special. They have a nice beam, as you can see in my front. Not really a lot of rings, but in zoom mode, yeah, well, whoops, long to switch off. Good. Then why we came here. The Odepro KL41. I start with the white. Okay, this is low. This is medium. You see the deep reflector does a very good job in intensifying the beams and making a nice hot spot. That's high. There's our tree. There's the road. Of course, we can see the fence. Let's try to, yeah, it does touch the building up there. If you know where to look, you can see that some light arrives up there. But due to the deep reflector, it makes a very nice beam shape. And then there is that things. Okay, I switched the light color. Be back soon. So here I am. This one is red. That's very nice. I think I do not have a real red flashlight. So that's my first one. There's the street. There's our tree. The road and the bushes. Beam shape, of course, is identical. Let's try to see the building. Yeah, it lights up. But I think it's useful for 150 meters. Maybe if it's pitch black, it will pop out more. So let's try to switch without pausing. First, so this one goes in pocket number 1. The cell, careful in the other pocket. Now, where's my green? That's the green one. Packing it. These boxes are quite nice. So, coming back, you see that's no magic here. That's just, hey, look, a green mule. That's very cool. It's 160 degrees of green light. You see where I point around, brightness in front of us does not change at all. Well, that's a cool feature. So, having on the head, and we're good to go. So, don't know, 30 seconds or what. So, there's a green tree in the middle of the winter, or the end of winter maybe. Green, I think, has less lumens. I hardly can see the street. I know that, yeah, the tree is lit very well. The building up there, of course, no chance. I could not even guess where it is. That works for sure here. Beam looks very nice in reality. Having a green beam, some hulky flashlights. Good. I think we've seen it all. Maybe in comparison to that green, this is GT Mini to the green beam. Oopsie, going away from the focus. You see the light here's more concentrated. GT Mini does a very good job in lightening up this beam range here. But the green, you know, if you're a hunter, they say it preserves your night vision. But of course, that's fun to play with. So, my friends, I go home. Thanks for watching. I hope you can take some impressions, have an idea about these flashlights I tried to show you. So, see you there. Bye bye.